Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Josh Chapman. Today I will be joined by Executive Director of PTM Corp, Steve Kuhr, and today's show is sponsored by the St. Clair County Department of Veteran Affairs. Steve, how are you today?
Great, Josh. How are you?
I am very good, and it's nice to finally meet you. We were talking a little bit off set, so everything is good in your world?
Outstanding.
Good.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Good to hear.
Busy.
That's a good thing, and that's what I think we're going to talk about today. So, you know, I learned a little while back about how PTM got its start and how and who and what and where. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what the future looks like. So what's in store for PTM Corp?
Oh,
obviously there's a lot of things on the horizon. Can you tell us about it?
Boy, you know, our world has changed in mobility. So, you know, PTM Corporation, probably as you know, we are an automotive supply company. Yeah. So we supply about 1.5 million parts every week out of our production facility. So there's quite a bit going on through there. But you know, our world has changed quite a bit through initiatives for green initiatives and things like that. So, you know, we're converting ICE vehicles, internal combustion engines, to battery vehicles, or BEV is what we call them.
So ICE to BEV.
ICE to BEV, yes. So huge change. There's a lot of new things happening within our industry. And of course, you know, really it's going to change the way we move around the world.
Yeah. So going from I was just recently in a electric vehicle, and the acceleration I learned was much quicker. It almost made me like a little kid on a carnival ride. But what does that change? So going from internal combustion to battery operated, what does that mean for your organization?
So what does that mean for our organization? Basically, is the fact of the matter is, we are still an automotive supplier, and whether it's a gas vehicle or a battery-operated vehicle, the biggest thing is how we manufacture the vehicle and manufacture the components that we make. Lightweight components, you know, we want a lightweight vehicle because the batteries are so heavy. You know, the engine's going away, so a lot of content of the vehicle's going away also. So it's really, you know, at PTM we do a lot of structural stuff, and we do a lot of safety items for the vehicle. So, you know, we look at what's the threat to a normal company in the automotive world, and that would be a powertrain company. People that make engines, exhaust, fuel components and things like that. Luckily at PTM we don't do too many of those.
You're diversified.
That's right.
Okay. So what does that mean? You've kind of been in the game. How long have you been with PTM?
I've been with PTM about 28 years. 28
years. So you've been in the game for 28 years. You're just getting it figured out.
I've just figured out where the bathrooms are
now. Now you're taking a slight pivot, and kind of entering a new world. What new skills do you need to learn? What new skills and talents does the majority of your workforce need to learn? How does that look?
So, you know, the big difference between ICE and battery-operated vehicles are the sheer volume of parts that you make.
Okay.
So on an ICE vehicle, there's lots of parts and components, so lots of high volume.
Okay.
So for us at PTM, we've kind of had to figure out how to diversify in lower volume parts. Lower volume, more badges. So, and badges mean different vehicle makes and things like that. So, you know, we really had to switch our thought process based on how we manufacture stuff and how we change over from job to job to job. Instead of letting one run for 3 or 4 hours, sometimes they only run for an hour in a specific machine. So.
Awesome. So what is that? So what kind of cars are you making? Are you making Teslas? Are you making Rivians? How is that working?
All of the above.
Or is it top secret? You'd have to kill me after the show.
No, I have some that we can't say. But,
I gotcha.
But at the end of the day, you know, the big three or the Detroit three.
Okay.
We work with all of those. We also work with a new company called Lucid.
Okay.
Rivian is another company that we do a lot of work for also. Tesla, we make lots of components for Tesla, their new trucks that they're making. You know, there's so much opportunity out there now because we're in the new stage of new vehicles. So it's actually really exciting for us at PTM because there's so many new things to do. we have to do them just a little bit different.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what keeps you up at night as you look into, you know, I kind of put myself back, and when everybody's like, this car thing's never going to take the place of the horse, right?
Right,
and it almost feels like we're in a similar transition point. What keeps you up at night?
So we are, and you know, the biggest thing that keeps us up at night is what's that transition going to look like, and when is that full transition going to happen? You know, the other thing is, how do we charge the vehicles, and how we charge the vehicles within our infrastructure isn't there yet. You know, so sometimes those are the things that keep us up at night. How are we going to get there? So I know there's a lot of government mandates. Government's trying to help out people with some tax incentives and things like that. So I do think we have the side of the government helping us transition as well to make it easier for people to afford the new vehicles as well. So
very nice. Well, Steve, I could sit here and talk to you all day about things that are way over my head, but I'm sure you have problems to solve and people to see. In all seriousness, it's been a pleasure. I wish you well as you embark on this new kind of chapter of your company, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Outstanding. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.